Hey, hello everyone. Hope you are doing good. So this is the last part of the video, how to draw from imagination. If you have not seen the previous two videos, I would request you to watch them first so that it would be more clear to you. So in this video, I'll be drawing a rose and thus mainly the skull part. So if you want to know how to draw a skull, you will definitely get to know in this video. So let's begin. So what I'm doing is I'm just drawing the outline of the hands first so that it gives a boundary to what I am drawing, and if the boundaries are clear, you know the precise measurements from where to draw, right? So now I'll be drawing the rose. Now for the rose, what you can do is, if you have a original rose with you or artificial one, you can view it and you can draw it from there if you want, or you can search on the Google and search for the images of roses and you can draw from there. See, basically drawing from imagination is just getting you inspired. You know what you have to draw and then you go to the things that you need to draw, right? So you can take a real rose, for example, and you can draw from it, and then you can, or you can else you can search for an image of a rose and then you can draw from it, right? So yeah, now I have fast forwarded it. As I have drawn the hairs, as you can see, I'm just giving it a finishing touch to the hairs. The hairs take most of the time for a sketch, so I would be making a separate video for the hairs, for the overall how to draw hairs on any sketch, not only on this one. So because hairs are take majority part of the drawing, so yeah, that needs a separate video for it. So yeah, in this I can give you a brief idea, like you have to draw the if you know the flings, and you have to draw the darker areas first with the charcoal pencil, and then the lighter areas, and you have to leave spaces for the highlights, right? Because want the hair to look realistic, so you keep the highlights, and wherever it looks like it's not blending, what you can do is you can use a tissue paper or you can use the cotton earbuds to blend it so that the hair looks realistic and it mixes with the boundaries. It should not look haphazard, right? So yeah, so this is the part for the hairs, as you can see, and I'm just doing the boundaries of the hair, and yeah, I'm using a cotton earbud here, so to blend it. You can use a HB for the lighter shades, or H2H for the lighter shades, and 2B and 4B for the darker shades, right? Now yeah, and as you can see, the important part here is the butter paper, because I keep a butter paper because it won't smudge the already drawn part of your sketch, right? So, and it won't get dirty, the sheet won't get dirty and your hands won't get dirty, so it's a good practice to use a butter paper beneath your hand while drawing, right, when you are just completing your sketch. So now comes the most important part of the sketch, is the skull. So for the skull, you can draw the basic outline of the skull. It's like a real face, only the proportions would be the same. If you have drawn my earlier videos, you would know, like the ears, the eyes, sorry, not the ears, the eyes, the nose and the chin area are 1/3 apart. The forehead is 1/3 width apart from those of the eyes. The same distance would be covered from the eyes to the tip of the nose, and the tip of the nose to the chin area. So basically the full face is divided into three parts, right? So what we are doing now is we are just sketching the eyes, because these are the most darker areas of a skull. And for a skull, rather than for a face, for the skull the eyes are deeper, because there are no eyes, so you have to create a depth effect. So to create that depth effect, what you have to draw is you have to darken the eye region. It should be the darkest region of the whole skull, in contrast to the any of the region of the skull, right? Now I am doing the nose, and the nose is also darkened because it's hollow, right? The eyes are hollow and the nose is hollow, so you have to draw the darken it. It should be in contrast, it should be the darkest region of the skull, right? And now you'll be drawing the wrinkled, or the, not to be said with the wrinkle, the facial bones, right? The facial bones you are drawing with those of the charcoal. And for the facial bones you have to darken it with the charcoal, and to create the depth effect around the eyes you will be sketching with a HB or 2H pencil to create the depth. It should be darker than the original, because the skull is white in color, right? Our bones are white, so whatever the darker regions you have to sketch it with that of the HB or the 2H pencil. So right now I'm doing the teeth area. So the teeth are not exactly whole white. You have to make the outlines first, and then you have to darken the teeth, right? The teeth and the upper area of the teeth which are holding it, right? So you have to you can use a HB or 2B pencil to darken it, because it should look should have a depth effect to it, right? So yeah, I think it's good now. What I am doing is I am just creating some effects to the skull, the facial bones, so that it look realistic. I'm just darkening it and just shading it accordingly. As you can see, the lower part of the nose and the eyes, the hollow region of the eyes, they should look realistic, right? And now I'm doing basically I'm outlining the darker areas with that of a lighter shade, so to create a depth effect, to give a realistic feel. It's not like you just darken something and just leave it like that, because white and black, it won't look good. So you have to create the gray areas. The gray areas gives a depth effect, right? It won't look 2D, it would give a 3D effect to the skull, right? So I think it's gonna be complete now. I think the shading is good, cool now. Yeah, and now I'm just doing the teeth area, right? Just creating the boundaries over the teeth and just darkening in the lower part of the teeth, so as to give it a definite boundary. And what I'm doing right now is I'm just creating some cool effect. The cool effect is like I'm creating a draining effect, like blood is draining from that of the skull, from beneath the skull. So I hope you like it. I'll be just making it more realistic and giving it the blood effect to the skull, giving the boundaries. I think it's complete now. I hope you like this video. If you like it, if you find it informative, please share. Do subscribe for more videos like this. I will be coming up with some cool videos really now. So yeah, share, subscribe, and you can follow me on Instagram at @Charart.sketches, on Facebook at @Charart.sketches. I'll be giving the links below. Yeah, so it's complete now. Thank you for watching.